Hey folks, welcome back to the channel where we would talk about police interactions to make sure you know your rights as a citizen and also understand the legal rules for filming in public. We're highlighting some very important cases today. You'll find links to each creator's channel in the video description. Be sure to subscribe to them, watch their others' videos, and don't forget to subscribe to mine as well. Now let's jump into our first video and we'll talk more later.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm Deputy Van Arn from the Palm Sheriff's Station, stopping you for your speed a little bit fast.
The speed limit's 60. I was doing 60. My cruise control was set.
Yeah, we had you at 80. That car that we got pulled over right
No.
No, you didn't. You didn't catch me at 80. You're a liar.
Well, can I get your license, please, sir?
I need to see your radar or something that says you caught me at 80 when I was doing 60.
We're doing a speed operation out here. Okay, I don't have the laser gun on me.
You didn't clock me doing 80. You're a liar, bro. I just beat a case like this in court. You'll see me in court.
Okay, that's fine. Can I get your license?
Yeah, you'll get my license. Insurance should be in the glove box.
I'm also recording, so you don't need to if you don't want to. But
No, I'm recording because you're a liar, dude. Your insurance should be in the glove box.
I'm also recording, so you don't need to if you don't want to. But
No, I'm recording because you're a liar, dude. You just lied. Blatantly f***ing lied, dude.
I am recording as well.
You're a goddamn liar. I hate liars, dude. You are a criminal. You're part of a criminal conspiracy to defraud citizens of their money. You're a f***ing criminal, dude.
And you still live out there on Lakewood?
That's none of your business where I live, dude. I gave you my ID. That's what it says, right? So that's all you... Don't worry about it. There's no questions. You're cutting me a ticket. Cut me a ticket.
Mr. Hicks, calm down.
No, dude. You illegally pulled me over. I don't need to calm down. You're violating my rights right now. It's a Fourth Amendment violation. You illegally pulled me over and then lied about my speed. Yes, it is. You can't stop someone for not breaking the law and say they broke the law. That's a crime, dude. You're a f***ing liar. Just go cut the ticket. So I'll see you in court.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. Do you have a more current insurance card for me? This one expired. Actually, hold on a second. It's not for you. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. There you go. Do you have the registration?
Yeah, it's right here. You see all this on your shit, though.
Okay, just want to make sure, you know, you just had to carry it in your vehicle. I'll tell you what, give me a moment, I'll be right back, okay?
Yep. I wasn't. My cruise control was set at 60. They do this to me all the time. This is what I keep telling you.
It was the noise of the car.
Yeah. They're f***ing criminals. These cops are f***ing criminals. I literally had my cruise control set at 60, and he said I was doing 80, but he doesn't have a radar. How the f*** can you be doing 80 miles an hour, catch me doing 80 when you don't have a radar? You're right behind me, so you're clocking me. You can see I'm only doing 60 because cars are passing me.
When I looked at your speedometer, it was around 59.
Yeah, and the speed here is 60. This guy's a f***ing straight up liar.
Well, you don't have to be so rude, though.
Yeah, I do. I don't like liars, dude. You can't just be a f***ing liar and say you're a cop and you're upholding the law while you f***ing lie.
That's kind of what that cop acted like yesterday.
They're f***ing scandalous scumbags, dude. They break the law and then they say you're breaking the law.
Are these San Bernardino or LA cops?
They're LA County Sheriff. You're cutting me a ticket, cut me the f***ing ticket. It's a Fourth Amendment violation, dude. You cannot just pull people over for no right. You have to have a legal reason to stop somebody in the United States.
That other car might have been doing 80, but you weren't.
The law is really clear on this, dude. You cannot just pull people over for no cause and just lie and say they're doing something.
Wait.
It's a whole sack of dog shit, dude. This guy knows he's a f***ing liar.
It's just a way to make money.
Yeah, well, they'll see you in court, dude. You can't just be pulling people over illegally for not breaking a law.
I bet you they're not going out the same way you are, but I bet you they're giving the cops.
Everybody here is getting a ticket for not breaking the law, probably.
Oh, that's a check right there.
I mean, I seen this dude come off the side street. He was right behind me.
Yeah,
He didn't see me doing 80 miles an hour.
Well, you weren't.
I know, my cruise control was set at 60. The speed limit's 60. Look at these guys. They're stopping people all over the street for nothing. No, they're not. Criminals! You guys are f***ing criminals.
He wasn't going 80 miles an hour. That maroon
No,
car.
no. They're stopping people for no reason right now. They're just stopping anybody and everybody. They're a bunch of f***ing criminals.
They're just doing what their boss tells them to do, quick.
We're their boss. They work for us. It says protect and serve on those vehicles. It doesn't say control and dominate. Look at these guys. Illegal U-turn. I want his ass ticketed. Those are all illegal U-turns. You can't just leave the shoulder and turn around like that.
He's been ticketed.
This bitch. You illegal U-turn. Here's another one. Illegal U-turn. Look it. They're all breaking the law while they're giving people tickets. Are you going to cite all these guys for illegal U-turn? Because they're all taking a turn from the shoulder over the double yellow. That's a violation of the law. That's a real one, not a lie like you made up my speed.
Mr. Hicks,
What do you want?
I do need to get your signature really fast.
Yeah, I know how to deal with this, dude. Just hand me the thing so I can sign it.
I'm going to hand you this order. I hold on to this while I get your signature.
Can I?
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is. For
Since
me.
when?
Since I hold on to it like this.
Yeah, criminal.
All right.
There you go. I need your name and badge number for the camera.
It's all on here.
No, that's not how it works, bro. The Badge Act of 1993 says you need your badge. You have to give your name and badge number.
Don't get yourself hooked up.
That's the Badge Act of 1993. Know the law before you try to uphold it.
Listen to me. Yourself worked up.
No, I have a legal reason to be worked up. You just violated my Fourth Amendment right to move freely through the country.
Be quiet for a second.
I don't have to.
Is this your mom? I feel sorry
Yeah,
for her right
it's
now.
my First Amendment right to digress you however I see fit. So you don't get to tell me nothing.
You're arguing with me over all this, okay? My
You
name is-
broke the law, dude. I'll see you in court, and then I'll see you in a federal court after that.
That's fine too.
Give me my ticket.
You want my name and badge number first?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then relax and calm down. Slow yourself down.
No, you
Talk.
slow yourself down and just give the name and badge number. You're not my daddy. You don't talk to me like that. You're my employee.
Okay, here's this. My name's on there.
I need your name and badge number for the camera.
Have a great day, sir.
Nope.
Drive safe.
All right. Now, that's a constitutional violation. I need his car's number. I need the vehicle number off your vehicle because I'm turning you in for a constitutional violation. The Badge Act of 1993 says you have to name an ID.
My name's on there, but you're all worked up.
No,
over
you
nothing.
need to ID yourself, badge number and
My
name.
name is Van Ornum.
Two
my
two
number-
714.
Yeah.
Okay, it wouldn't have been that hard because you just violated the Badge Act by not doing it before I got out.
All you want to do is sit here and argue with me.
No, I want you to do your f***ing job properly. I don't want you to break the law and then tell me I'm breaking the law when you're doing it. You f***ing scumbag. You f***ing piece of low life. Eat a d***er.
This is what that ticket sounds. That's what
I
that.
don't give
No, I'm just telling you. It wasn't because you were doing 80 miles an hour.
I know.
There's a huge difference between enforcing the law and abusing it, and what we saw here is a perfect example of that line being crossed. A man gets pulled over, and right from the jump, the officer says he was speeding, doing 80 in a 60. But here's the thing, the man had his cruise control set at 60, and the officer admits he didn't have a radar reading. So how do you issue a speeding ticket with no proof? Then it gets worse. Instead of staying professional, the officer becomes defensive, refuses to clearly identify himself, and even mocks the man for asking for his rights to be respected. The situation spirals into what feels less like law enforcement and more like intimidation. It's moments like this that highlight why it's so important for everyday people to know their rights. Your Fourth Amendment protects you from unlawful stops and searches, and your First Amendment gives you the right to speak out and record. When someone is calm, informed, and still gets treated this way, it shows how power can be misused without accountability. We're not talking about resisting police, we're talking about holding them to the same law they swear to uphold. Whether it's a traffic stop or just standing on the sidewalk filming, you don't lose your rights because someone in uniform is uncomfortable. Real change starts when enough people know what's legal, what's not, and have the courage to call it out when it counts.
And you think that is reasonable?
That is reasonable in this case, yes sir.
So you think that I'm on drugs, so instead of giving me a test, like the DUI test, you're gonna search for something in my car. So if you think the problem is me, why is my car being searched, please?
Okay, so you're not making a phone call, you're just calling. Okay, that's fine. The reason why...
No, I actually was gonna make a phone call, but then when you just decided like to do that and search me like that,
Because
I just want to know.
Yeah, I didn't
just want to
search
know.
I didn't search you. I patted you down for weapons because you put your hands in your pockets without me telling you to.
So but I got pulled over for a simple infraction of not moving over into the lane while going really fast, and now you pulled me over and you're claiming that I'm on cocaine.
Nope.
So you're searching my car because you think that I'm on cocaine.
Not true at all.
So then why are you searching my car?
No.
Is anyone searching your car right now?
No, why are you calling a canine unit to search my car?
I'll explain.
No, he didn't. I'm explaining it again. Explain it to the camera.
Absolutely. Because I observed, you know, your pupils constricted.
Okay, so then why don't you give me a simple DUI
You want
test?
to explain it, or you want to keep cutting them off?
No.
No, I'll explain it.
Can I have your name and badge number, both of you, please?
Trauma Chris Road, badge 204.
Trauma Kevin Miranda, badge 197.
Okay.
I'll explain it again. Totally fine. So I observed, you know, you told me you were arrested for drugs a year and a half ago.
That has nothing to do with anything. The charges dropped. That should not be any part of your saying. That's unbelievable.
You're asking questions.
Yeah, but that's already irrelevant. So.
It not to this case.
Yes, it is. But
your pupils are constricted, eyes are glassy, and there was white substance in your nose.
So you're accusing me of being on cocaine then?
Nope.
So then
never
you give
said
me.
that.
So then why don't you give me a DUI test? So then if you're saying there's white stuff on my nose.
Yes.
So what else would that possibly mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. See, like you're accusing me of being on cocaine. That's what that is.
Because that word never came out of my mouth.
Okay, well that's good. So you're literally just saying white stuff as not being really saying it. So you're just like skewing the words to. So honestly, I want to know why you have the right to search my car. I would like to know why.
No, I don't have a right to search your car. I have suspicion. So I asked for consent. I explained you your rights. You deny consent. So I have other means conducting an exterior search, which is getting a canine officer down here to conduct an exterior search. He'll explain further.
Because what possibly right do you have to suspect that there's something in my car?
I already told you.
You told me that because I got arrested and the charge got dropped, you know nothing about the case for marijuana close to 2 years ago. And because you say my pupils are big.
Nope.
You might restricted. Was that small? Small?
Yes, sir.
My pupils are smaller.
Yes, sir.
And I have crust, like booger crust on my nose. So that's reason for you to get dogs and sniff around my car and try to find the nothing that's in there. That's your reasoning.
That's why I'm calling a canine.
And you think that is reasonable?
That is reasonable in this case, yes, sir.
So you think that I'm on drugs. So instead of giving me a test, like the DUI test, you're gonna search for something in my car. So if you think the problem is me being on something, why is that not your method of giving me like a DUI test? Why is your method to search my car?
I'm just getting a canine.
No, answer that. You think I'm on drugs, right? That's what you're saying.
You don't have to explain.
No, I don't. You don't have to. You're right. But is that not a valid question? If you think I'm on drugs, the problem would be me. Why would you not give me a simple DUI test as opposed to getting a dog and searching my car? If your only problem that you have noted is that I am on drugs.
When the canine officer gets here, we'll go further.
No, why not now? Because you can't answer that because you know that's complete nonsense. You know that doesn't make sense. You think I'm on drugs, but you're not giving me a DUI test. You're giving a dog to search around my car. My car's not. You don't think my car's on drugs? You don't smell anything in my car. You don't see anything in my car. There's nothing in my car. You literally think I'm on drugs and you're not giving me a DUI test. That's not doing your job correctly, correct? You think I'm on drugs, but you won't give me a DUI test. You're just getting a dog to sniff around my car. Right? Does that make any sense?
Listen, I'm the backup officer.
So you don't know the law then? You don't know the law?
I don't know what he told you or what happened, what's going on, why he stopped you.
You seem to be very aggressive before. Now you're like kind of mellowing out. Like, yeah, I see his point. That doesn't make any sense. You think I'm on drugs, but you won't give me a DUI test. You're just gonna search my car for no reason. You're on drugs. Do your thing. I did this before. They thought I was on cocaine. Do the little eye test. I'm not on drugs. If that's what you need to do, do that. The fact I have to sit here and wait for all this is just insane. I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Just gonna explain one thing and then I'll be out of your hair.
Okay.
Did you ask for consent?
I did.
Okay. So it's your right. You could deny consent. That's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my dog around the outside of your car.
Okay. Can I ask you a question before?
Sure.
If I got pulled over and his only concern is that he thinks that my pupils are smaller and I might be on drugs, why would I not get a DUI test?
That's a question for him.
I asked him and he hasn't answered me. He said I would wait K9 unit to get here to answer that question. I'm going to ask him now. Why would I not get a DUI test? Why would you search my car?
Can I explain?
No, because this is a very serious question. This makes no sense whatsoever.
And that'll get addressed after
No.
what I do
Okay.
gets addressed.
One thing
right?
at a time, sir.
So I'm gonna run
That
my
was
dog.
my
I'm gonna
one
run
thing.
my dog around the outside of your car.
No, but
right?
but that's not before you do that. I don't care. You could do that. Do that.
do my thing and then I'll be
Okay,
out of your hair.
yes, but I want to know why that's the process right now.
He'll explain it to
no,
you at the end.
it's not being. It needs to be explained before the thing happens to me. That's fine. But what I am able to do is sit here and ask you a simple question that none of you are able to comply with even a little bit of logic. You think that I'm on drugs. That is your only concern, is that you think I'm on drugs. Why would you not just give me a DUI test, the test that you guys have, to test if somebody's on drugs, rather...
We can do that after.
No.
Let's do that right now.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't that be your go-to thing? That's my
Because it's my
problem.
call.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't care if
I
you're
wanted. This is going to happen first.
That's great,
and
but
then
you
we'll do eye test
okay.
after.
So please, but you are
So let him explain what he has to do.
please. That makes no sense. You know it makes no
Now wanna
sense.
hear what I have to
Please
say, or
go
have I
for it.
mistreated you at all?
No, you haven't. I'm not.
So I'm just trying to explain everything to you.
I never
just
said you
so I'm
mistreated
covered.
me.
All right, so I'm going to run my dog around the outside of your car. All right, you're going to be present for the whole entire thing. You're not going to hear me ask her to do anything other than her first command: find the odor of drugs. If she detects any odor of illegal narcotic coming out of that car, she scratches. That's how she indicates. If she doesn't scratch, then you have nothing to worry about. Okay?
I mean,
So,
okay.
I'm just letting you know how things work. Now, if she hops into your window on her own, that's not going to be me doing it. That's going to be all on her own. So that has nothing to do. All right. To your knowledge, have you ever been arrested for drugs?
We went over this. I
haven't been here for
yeah,
that,
I know.
so that's why I'm asking.
Yes, and then he's also, by the way, he's using that as a reason to do this, that I got arrested for marijuana close to 2 years ago and the charge got dropped, and he's using that as reasoning on this stop to search,
that's
which is
what we do, sir.
no, that's not legal, but okay.
Well, if someone broke into a house and you have a history of breaking into someone's house and you're around it, what do you think?
But the charge got dropped.
Okay, well, we wouldn't.
Yes, I explained that to him. But
All right, well, you're going to be present for it. The only thing I ask for is if you could just stay.
What happened here is a perfect example of why knowing your rights really matters, especially when you're dealing with people in power who don't fully understand or respect the law. The citizen in this video wasn't causing any trouble. He was standing on public property, recording what he could see, which is completely legal under the First Amendment. You don't need permission to film in public, and you definitely don't need to hand over your ID unless there's a valid reason to believe you're committing a crime. But instead of recognizing that, the officer started throwing around words like critical infrastructure and tried to make it sound like filming was somehow illegal. That's just not true. If something is visible from a public place, you have every right to record it. The responsibility for privacy falls on the property owner, not the person holding the camera. The most concerning part is that the officers didn't take the time to investigate or understand what was really going on. They sided with whoever made the complaint, even though there was no law being broken. And when the citizen calmly pushed back and refused to give up his rights, they backed off without admitting they were wrong, just quietly walked away. That's what people call the walk of shame. It happens a lot more than you'd think. The truth is, if more people knew their rights and stayed calm in these situations, fewer people would get bullied or tricked into giving them up. So here's the real takeaway. You don't have to be aggressive, and you don't have to be a lawyer. You just have to know the basics. If you're in public and not doing anything wrong, stand your ground, record if you want, say no if there's no legal reason to say yes. And most importantly, don't let anyone, no matter what uniform they're wearing, convince you that your rights don't apply, because they absolutely do.
So I can see. I didn't have no gun out there.
But then you start asking for names and stuff like that. Once you realize it's a camera,
you asked me my name and badge number, I gave it to you.
you have to. You're a public servant. See, there's a difference. There's a difference because you're a public servant.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask you.
Good, good.
We'll talk. Okay.
When I do, or when you just said when we do,
When you do break the law, we'll
that
talk.
means you break the law.
No, I don't.
Well, you just said when we do. You're not talking to me. Talking about me. You're talking about you.
Okay.
Back up.
No.
Back up.
No, I'm
You're
fine.
intimidating.
I'm not
6
intimidating
feet, COVID.
I'm not intimidated.
Absolutely you are. Back up.
You're basically inviting all of this right now.
This is Sergeant Banks. Well, he says he's a sergeant, but I don't see his stripes. Do you?
Yeah, I don't see no stripes either.
Are you really a sergeant?
I might be.
What's your badge number?
I told you already.
Did he approach you?
Oh.
I did.
Oh,
Because
he's
I
a
didn't know
liar.
what that was.
Ooh,
Okay.
you lying.
You're pointing something over here, and I'm way over here. You got something pointed at me. I don't know what it is.
You can back up.
But now that you see it's the camera, you know.
Now that you
That's
see
fine.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your name?
Go to
Huh?
work.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I told you my name.
I didn't get your name. You didn't tell me nothing.
Go back.
It's just simple, dude.
Where y'all from?
None of your business. Go to work.
I am working.
Harassing us with a camera. Are you that afraid of a camera?
No.
What do you do wrong
Not
that
at
you
all.
don't want to be filmed? Back up and go do your job.
I am doing my
That's
job.
all you have to do.
I am
Go
doing my
do
job.
your job.
I'm doing my job.
Go away. What
No,
part of
I don't
this
have
is your
to go away. I
job?
don't have to go away.
What part of this is your job?
Then
Please
we'll
tell
just
me.
stand here. How y'all doing?
Okay,
How are you?
You're right.
How
I
are
got
you?
4
How are
hours
you?
battery.
How
You
are
can
you?
stand
And
here.
we'll stand here. How are you?
You were very aggressive.
I am not aggressive.
You were very aggressive.
Not at all.
He approached
Yes,
you
the
just
first
walking out
thing
here
you
or
did,
what?
shine that light in my eyes.
And where was I at when I did that?
Way over there.
Exactly.
All
So I
the
didn't know
way
what it
until
was.
you got right.
I didn't know what you were doing.
It doesn't matter.
I didn't know
I
what you
wasn't
were doing.
breaking the law. This does not look like a weapon.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't. And if you think it does, you need to go get some training.
Oh, okay.
Tremors, Highway 1048 of the Chevron.
We're way over here in the dark. Somebody's in the dark.
Yeah.
Somebody doing like this. I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So I'm going to come over there and check it out.
Yeah.
With a flashlight, so I can see. I didn't have no gun out there.
But then you start asking for names and stuff like that. Once you realize it's a camera,
you asked me my name and badge number. I gave it to
you have to. You're a public servant. See, there's a difference. There's a difference because you're a public servant.
Okay, and I'm asking.
Yeah, you have every right to ask. You have every right to ask, but that doesn't mean we have to
You
answer.
got smart. She got smart.
I didn't get smart. Yeah, I have a.
Did
I
he
have
give you
a-
your name? Did he give you your name? What's his badge number?
Yeah, well, I'm asking
I mean,
what
come
names
on,
and
man,
badge
really?
numbers are, dude.
Really?
I didn't raise my voice, dude.
Come on, man.
I didn't raise my voice.
Come on, man.
Exactly. Come on, man.
Come on. Hey, first of all, don't do that.
She's allowed to, sir.
That's what you don't do.
See? Exactly what they shouldn't be doing. Exactly what they shouldn't be doing.
Get away from my unit.
This is what we're after right here.
Don't go to my unit. Don't go to my unit. Ma'am, don't do that.
I'm pretty sure that the people have paid for that.
But
need
you
to
are,
relax.
listen, no, I am relaxed.
You
But
need to relax. You
Ma'am.
need to de-escalate.
ma'am, back up off me, please.
I wasn't on you.
Because you're all up in my unit,
No.
and you had no right to be all up in my unit.
And we're allowed to record.
Okay?
What is that called?
So find it. Find it.
Plain view doctrine.
Find it.
View doctrine.
Okay, but you can't be all up in there.
That,
I
which
got
is the
weapons
plain
in
view
there and
doctrine,
stuff
which
like
is
that.
protected too by law too. See, this. You watch this, you understand what we're doing. What he's doing. I mean, we're allowed. We can get right on the car. We can record inside the car. We could do all of that,
Disgusting.
and it triggers people.
Yeah, the door, that's why.
Excuse me.
Dude, ma'am,
Excuse me.
you're doing a bit much. You're doing a bit much.
I'm sorry.
You're doing a bit much.
If you talk to him.
Yeah, James, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, let him know you don't know me, but
Right.
let him know I said hello.
Yeah.
Where you guys from, man?
We don't answer questions, man. You should know that. We're not going to answer any questions you try to throw at
You know
us.
what they're doing.
Oh wow! See? Well, actually, we're not doing a First Amendment honor right now. We're doing cop watching.
Okay.
There's two different categories: First Amendment and cop watch.
Similar.
Yeah, but right now, cop watch, and what she's doing is completely legal. If he was to do anything,
That's fine, but what's not is when you're all up in that, all up on it and in it, all around it.
we could sit on the hood of that car.
Okay.
Let me repeat that. We can go sit on the hood of that car. But see, and that he thinks would be illegal.
You'll be it's public. It's public, right?
It's public property.
And so
It's
you'll
owned
be
by the city.
damaging public property.
If we leave damage,
and you would be damaged.
like if I touch the car, it's not going to leave damage.
You
Exactly.
would
But
roll
you sit
the
on it, you
window
scratch
up.
it, do all of that stuff, and we have to.
But what I'm trying to do is tell you law.
But I understand that. What you're saying is, sit on it, you'll damage it.
If we
So you'll
cause
have to
damage, yes.
and you'll damage
if there's
it.
damage.
And you'll damage it by sitting on it.
I
Clear
weigh about
coat and all
120
that.
pounds, so
But that's
I doubt
fine.
it.
2 pounds.
Mhm.
If you scratch it, you scratch it.
And that's basically what
Then
we're out
we
here
have to
doing.
answer for that.
We teach people law. We know law very well. We have to know law very well before we go out and do. I've been doing it for over 8 years.
Okay. From where?
Huh?
From where?
There you go again with the question. That sounds like another question to me. That sounds exactly like another question to me. See, this is what we call a can-back in our world.
No, I just want to give it to my people so they don't know.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. This is what we call a can-back, though. Don't erase that footage. Is that your personal phone or a company phone?
So,
Might be.
I could FOIA request that. You know, if you erase that footage now that you're taking footage of us, if you erase that, it's a felony against you. Just letting you know. Trust me, we know the law very well. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So
I'm not answering any
you care
questions.
a lot about this.
I'm not
vehicle,
answering
You have to.
but
You're a
you
public
got
servant.
the side
I'm
of
not-
the window
See,
down.
it
I
just
don't give a
clearly
shit
does
what you
not
have.
know.
I'm not
You
answering
got
any
the other
questions.
side of the window.
I'm not answering any questions.
And it's, I don't care.
I'm not answering any
asking
questions.
you a question.
I'm not answering. I'm not talking.
I don't care.
Then stop talking to me.
So the
I'm not
other
talking to
side
you.
of the window
I'm not
is
talking
all
to
the way
you.
down and full glassing,
I'm
and
not
you
talking
are
to you.
wasting our tax dollars.
You eliminate me?
And I do not care if you
eliminate me?
listen to me or
No,
not. I don't
not
ask questions.
Not gonna answer.
Sorry, I don't ask questions.
Me neither.
Then why are you here? Why are you guys still here? I'm sorry. What's your name and badge number?
Officer Carroll, 1285.
Thank you.
You
Embarrassed by this one.
Yes, I do.
No, he's very good.
How embarrassing though. Came up very aggressive.
No, I wasn't aggressive.
I thought
A little triggered, but you know, this is all about education.
Oh, so what you trying to say?
Huh? You're a little triggered.
triggered. You're
I know.
easily triggered.
Explain to the people. I'm standing over here.
Mhm.
You having something pointed at me. Look how dark it is over here.
You, but
Okay, hold.
okay, no. I'm gonna let you
I'm
finish.
standing over here. We're minding our business.
Right.
And I get somebody pointing something at me. I don't know what it is, so I take
Okay.
my flashlight out and look.
Right.
She starts screaming and barking.
Don't put
Get
the
that
flashlight.
flashlight off of me. I don't know what you have.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
Okay.
So therefore, you asked me my name and my badge number. Did I give it? Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not aggressive. I'm coming over to check something out.
Right.
It's pointed at me.
Right. Okay.
So therefore,
My turn now. Once you
done.
realize it's a camera,
Done.
it should have been. It should have been done. Over.
Exactly, but still, no.
He doesn't
engage,
want to
'cause
hear what anybody else
I'm
has
on-
to
I'm
say.
on ask. You
because
You should have
he
said,
looks
"Oh,
like
camera,"
a
and then.
Oh man,
ass.
stop, man, stop.
But-
Man, y'all
but-
go ahead
But
on.
his ego won't
Go
let him
ahead.
stop.
It ain't the
His
ego.
just won't let him stop.
We,
I got the focus on me. Yeah.
well, there's,
We got
there's
two-
I don't feel, I don't
Focus
feel.
on me, huh?
Because you're the jerk with the ego.
So now I'm names and stuff like that. You can put
It's
some.
true.
You can put
It's
some.
okay.
You can
It's
play that
okay.
little groundhog. It's fine.
But that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Something. I didn't say guns. That's not. I
Right.
said something.
Right.
You will be doing the same thing.
Right.
But if it looks like a camera, I'm not going to freak out and start shining the
I
light
didn't.
at people.
I didn't freak out.
Yeah, you did. You got very
You ready to go?
aggressive.
Yeah.
What happened here is a strong reminder that knowing your rights isn't just for courtrooms or lawyers, it's for real life. These citizens weren't being rude or causing trouble. They were simply filming the police in public, something completely legal under the First Amendment. When an officer demanded their ID without saying what crime they were suspected of, they asked a fair question. What law did we break? That's powerful. A lot of people don't realize this, but unless you're being lawfully detained with a clear reason, you don't have to hand over your ID in most states. And asking a public servant, like a police officer, for their name and badge number is completely within your rights. They work for the public, after all. What's striking is how the mood changed when the officers realized they were on camera. The camera didn't lie, and it helped keep the situation from spiraling. This is why recording is so important. It holds everyone accountable. Imagine if that interaction hadn't been filmed. It could have been their word against the officers, and we've seen far too many times how that plays out. So if there's one thing your viewers should take away from this, it's that staying calm, knowing your rights, and recording when you're in public can protect you more than you might think. Real talk, it's not about being anti-police, it's about making sure the people with power are following the rules like the rest of us. We all want to feel safe, and that means both citizens and officers doing what's right. This isn't just something to watch and move on from, it's a chance to learn how to stand up for yourself the right way. Have you ever thought about how you'd react in a moment like this?
We have 5 business days to contact you.
You guys have no right to try and grab my phone. You have no right. I have the right to
Well,
record.
I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I
well
don't
that's
wanna, you know what I mean?
it's
Like,
on
I don't wanna-
it's on body
I don't
camera.
want to speak on that because I
It's
wasn't
on
there.
body camera.
Right.
And it's on this camera.
Right.
We're in Orangetown, New York. We are here today to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public. and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants respect our rights and treat us with respect. This is a 2-for-1, guys. This is not only a town hall, but a police department here in Orangetown. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see how they do. Orangetown Town Hall, Supervisor Roger Pellegrini. Excuse me?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there because I don't want to yell back and forth with you.
I just want to know what you're filming.
Yeah, no, I'm just filming the town hall here.
Because...
Oh, I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
May I get your name so I know who I spoke with?
Liz.
Liz? Thanks, Liz.
You're welcome.
Hi, are you filming?
Hi, ma'am, how are you?
Good, how are you? Are you filming?
Who are you first?
Who are you first?
No. Who are you?
I'm sorry, you're in my building. Who are you?
I'm in your building.
This is the town of Orangetown's building?
This is yours?
This is the town of Orangetown's building. I work here.
Oh, okay. This is not your building. You don't own it, right?
I'm sorry, are you filming here?
You don't own the building. The people own the building, ma'am. This is a public building.
And
Respectfully.
you need to have, do you have a permit to film here?
Do I have a permit?
Yeah.
I do not have a permit, no.
Okay, so in order to film in this building, you need a permit.
That's not true. That's not true.
Oh,
Who are
really?
you? Yeah, really. Who are you? So I know who I spoke with?
I want to know how come you think you don't need a permit?
Is your name on your shirt? I can't really see. You work for the
Please shut
supervisor's
this out
office?
because you're not allowed to film here without a permit.
Ma'am, why are you becoming so hostile?
How you?
How you doing, sir?
Officer Caleb, Orangetown Police Department.
How you doing?
What's going on today?
Nothing, just filming.
Okay.
He doesn't have a permit.
I don't need a permit.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
I'd like that shut off,
This
so
is-
I don't want
Exits
anything
this
on
way,
it.
you can turn it off, or I can take it from you.
Don't touch me.
Leave.
If
You
you are
leave.
you ordering me to leave?
I'm ordering you to leave.
But I want that
okay.
filming, whatever's on his
Turn it
phone
off.
shut off. I want it
Don't.
right
I'm
off
walking
the
out.
Turn it off.
This is not against the law. This is a constitutionally protected activity.
Turn it
I'm
off.
trying to. You're trying.
Turn off the phone.
I am trying to walk past you to
Turn
leave.
off the phone.
I want to make it clear. I'm trying to walk past you to leave because you're going to need some complaints.
Turn off the
Don't
phone.
touch my phone.
Turn it off.
Don't. I have a body camera on too. Don't touch my phone.
Turn
What are
it
you guys doing? This is
You're-
against the law.
Give me your license.
This is against the law.
License.
This is against the law, sir.
On your ID.
This is what crime have I committed?
I can ask you for your ID. You're
And
you're in a government facility.
you can ask me for
Where's
my
your
ID and I can decline.
Where's your ID?
I'm going to decline to give you my ID. It's my right.
Oh, you are? You
It's
can't
my
do that in a
right.
government facility.
Do you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime, sir?
You don't have a permit to
You
film
are-
in this
That's
building.
not a
government
crime.
facility.
That doesn't mean this is a public building. Go get your supervisor, please. I'm asking for your supervisor.
I'm going to wait right here.
I'm sure your policy states that if I ask for your supervisor, you have to get me one. So can you get me a supervisor? Because you're going to make a big mistake here.
What's my mistake?
Your mistake is you're violating my rights.
I'm not violating your
And I'm going to
You're
hold
in
you
a-
accountable.
You are in a government building.
You just grab. That doesn't matter. This is a public
You're not allowed to
building.
film.
Yes, I am. This is a public building. I'm a journalist. I have freedom of
Like I
press.
said, do you want our supervisor?
Yes, I want your
Come
supervisor.
down to the police department side and we'll bring our supervisor.
Great. Tell him not to touch me. Don't touch me again. You touch my camera.
You need to turn it off.
No, I don't.
You need a permit to film in this
No,
building.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
Is that a law?
No, it's town ordinance.
It's not a law.
It's a town code.
ordinance.
It's not a law. Where's the
You don't want me to
code?
go get the town attorney?
Go get him. I'm sure he'll educate you, ma'am. If he's
I'm
good at what
sorry.
his job, I'm sure he'll
Are you trying
educate
to
you.
insult me?
No, I'm
You
not
just
trying
said
to
I need
insult
be
you.
educated.
Yeah, because you obviously don't know freedom of press.
I issue the permits in this building and the town of Orangetown.
You
for
obviously don't
filming,
understand
and
I have a right to freedom of press, ma'am.
You do not have the right to film in this
I
building.
do. This is a
Did
public
you pay
building.
$5,000
This
until I
is
issued you a permit?
You're talking about for commercial film. Again, you need education. Go get the town attorney, please. You're talking about commercial filming, ma'am.
I'm not going to have you dismiss me like I'm some peon. Okay?
Ma'am, you've been treating me bad. You've grabbed my camera.
you're
Please get me a
walking
supervisor, sir.
So come with me to this side and we'll get supervisor.
Please get me a
This is
supervisor.
the town hall side. Come with me to the police department side. We'll get the supervisor.
Don't touch me ever again. Please excuse me. Get out of my way. Thank you. Excuse me, sir. Sorry about that.
Come on.
No, I don't trust this guy behind me. He's a
All right,
loose
so have him
cannon.
Walk in front of us then.
Loose
walk with
cannon.
you. He can walk in front.
Loose cannon.
Come on,
Uneducated. What are you in training, man? Like, I don't understand. What's wrong with
Why is he
you?
in training? Where did he get the indication he's in
Because
training?
he doesn't understand that I have the right to film, number one. Number two, he puts his hands on my equipment, which he cannot do.
Right, but you don't have the right to film inside for no legitimate reason, which is what he was trying to explain to you. That's what we're trying to figure out.
First of
what
all,
you're
no one
filming
before.
for. Like,
Exactly. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. I'm working on a story at City Hall. I have to go see the town clerk
Right.
to do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Okay. But you don't do that at the town clerk, though. That goes to the records department. The Freedom of
No,
Information.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about for the police department. I'm not talking about for the police department, sir. I'm talking
Okay.
about for the town.
Okay.
For the town. So that's why I need to see the town clerk.
Okay.
But escalating the situation like that, that's not cool. Grabbing my camera, ordering me to leave a public building. You have no authority to order me to leave a public building. I'm conducting business, constitutionally protected business, and I'm getting public services here. Just because I have a camera in my hand doesn't mean anything. I have the freedom of press. I'm an independent journalist.
Right.
And if somebody would have talked to me instead of trying to grab my phone and order me to leave a building,
Right.
they would know all of these things. That's why de-escalation is so important.
And I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah, and that's why I appreciate you for doing that. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, Macara, 218.
Macara?
Mm-hmm.
218, thank you.
You got that. So, put the date that the incident occurred.
I don't exactly remember, but it was like June 2002.
Okay.
We'll wait
Ridiculous.
We'll wait till she leaves to talk
Give me as
again.
much
So
information as possible.
Yeah,
don't need
but
to put her on anything.
I mean it's public, but I mean I'm not trying to. I'm not
No,
trying
I hear you.
to. It is. I don't want to put anybody that doesn't.
Look it up. It's probably in archives.
Wow, that's insane.
The sergeant will email you with a response, okay?
Okay, how long this will take?
We have 5 business days to contact you. And the
You guys have no right to try and grab my phone. You have no right. I have the right to
Well, I
record.
wasn't there, so I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I
well
don't
that's.
wanna- you know what I mean?
It's on.
Like, I
It's
don't
on.
wanna-
It's on body
I don't
camera.
want to speak on that because I
It's on
wasn't there.
body camera.
Right.
And it's on this camera.
Right.
You tried to grab my phone, not you. When I say you, I
Generally
meant
speaking, okay.
the police.
Right.
I don't even remember his name at the moment, but he tried to take my phone from me. What authority does he have to do that?
Well, that's what I said. I wasn't there. I don't know, so I'd rather not speak on that.
Okay,
'cause I
well
don't
that's
know
why
what
we're gonna get a
happened, so-
supervisor, right?
Yeah. Yep. He went in
Okay.
to get him now. I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, no problem. He's going inside here. I want a supervisor. Wow. That's crazy. That woman who works in the supervisor's office needs to be educated because she's out of control. Completely out of control. $5,000 to film inside of City Hall? You kidding me? This is our building. But do you see the mentality? You see the mentality, right, guys? The mentality is it's their building. What are you doing in my building? And this is why I do what I do and why I'm passionate about what I do. It's our building. This is we the people's building. They use it to serve us. They're public servants. I try to be nice. I try to be cordial. Seems like I keep getting my rights violated. Keep getting treated like dirt, like I'm beneath them. Ridiculous.
Sergeant Boyza is on his way.
Boyza?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And what was the other officer's name?
Caliph.
Caliph?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're gonna hang out with you till he comes, or
No, that's fine. I don't need no. Nothing's gonna happen.
I'm
I just
wandering away from you.
No. I'll be here.
I didn't think you were leaving.
I'm not
I didn't think
leaving.
you were
I'm not leaving. So, but yeah, no,
leaving.
I'll wait. No problem. And then after I'm done talking to him, I'll conduct whatever business I have left, and then we'll be good.
Sounds good.
All right.
If that other female comes back, I would just come get me. And
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore her.
engaging.
I'm just gonna ignore her. Yeah, I don't want to deal with her honestly.
All right.
All right.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, my
name is Mike Boyce. I'm a sergeant here at Orangetown PD.
What was your last name, sir?
Boyce, B-O-Y-S-A.
Boyza.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, sir.
You requested to speak with the supervisor?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Officer Califf.
Okay.
Completely unhinged and out of control.
Okay.
Completely.
All right.
Attempted to take my phone from me. Like, when I say attempted, grabbed my phone and I had to wrestle it out of his hands.
Okay.
Ordered me to leave a public building while I'm conducting lawful business.
Okay.
And just completely unprofessional and unaware of the freedom of press that we have in this country. I told him, you know, no de-escalation technique whatsoever to try and figure out who I was, what I was doing here. Just allowed an employee from the supervisor's office to put a battery in his back. And like I said, immediately, I'm ordering you to leave this building right now. Didn't even ask who I was, what I was doing. No type of, you know, prerequisite questions as to figure out what my purpose is. This is our building. This is the town building. You need a permit to film. Again, all things that a police officer, I don't know if he's new. I don't know, you know, if he's been here for 20 years. I don't know. But the point is that a police officer should know, they should be properly trained not to put your hands on law-abiding citizens. Let me see your ID. Give me your ID. Give me your ID. I said, sir, do you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime or I'm going to commit a crime? I don't need that. You know, these things concern me, sir. These behaviors by law enforcement who took an oath to uphold the Constitution really concern me, and I want to file a formal complaint against this officer.
Okay. Do you want to provide me with your ID?
I can give you my name, sure.
Okay. All right. What's your first name, sir?
My first name is Sean, S-E-A-N.
S-E-A-N. Okay. And your last name?
Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S.
You want to give me your date of birth?
No, it's
okay.
all right.
How about a home address?
I'll give you my cell phone number,
Sure,
so you
cell
can
phone
reach
number?
out. Cell phone number. I'll give you my email as well.
Sure. What's your email?
Long Island Audit @gmail.com.
Okay. All right. So right now you're telling me you want to file a formal complaint?
Correct.
Okay. I'll get the paperwork for you. At this point, do you want to tell me why you came to the building today?
Well, sure. I mean, it's not a secret. You know, I'm an independent journalist, just like I told anybody else who took the time to ask me. I'm an independent journalist, gathering content for a story, doing some Freedom of Information Act requests with the town clerk.
Okay.
That's it, and documenting my experience to disseminate to the public. That's all, peacefully.
Okay.
No issues. This is a public building. These are public areas of the building.
All right. So independent journalist, right?
Correct.
And you're gathering information?
Correct. As far as the layout of the building, you know, public records requests. Honestly, it shouldn't matter. It's just a public building, you know. But I understand you just want information. Sure.
Information.
Sure.
Okay, I'll be back shortly.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Reyes. Okay, so I have a couple of forms for you here.
Okay.
Civilian complaint against the police employee. So I'm going to give you a pen here. Do you have a pen on you or no?
No. You know what? I'm going to fill this out. Can you give me your email or internal affairs email, and I can email it over? And I'll definitely follow back up on it.
Would you be able to bring this original back here? Could you fill it out and bring it back to the police station?
Sure. Yeah, that's not a problem. Will you notarize it and then give it back to me? Give me a copy so I have you know what I mean? Like I have a signed copy that you received it.
I'll look into that, whether or not I can give you an actual copy of it. But what's going to happen is you'll fill it out when you come back here. I'll sign the bottom, confirming it. Okay, but we want to keep the original.
No, yeah, but I would just need a copy. That's all.
And I'll check on that at the time that you come back with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
So
I'll fill it out.
Hold on to these forms here. Any other questions for me today?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
And I asked to speak with Sergeant Boysa.
Boysa, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, so we're gonna do our FOIL request. We're gonna be filling out this civilian complaint. He is going to check on if I can get a copy of it. Why wouldn't I be able to? Civilian complaint form. We're going to fill it out. I want to speak to this woman's boss. This is the supervisor's office here. It said she worked for the supervisor.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Can I speak to a supervisor here? Somebody in charge? Regarding a complaint. Regarding I don't know her name. She didn't give it to me, but a woman came out and was very rude. You know, I would go as far as say unhinged. You know, yelling at me. Had a police officer try and take my camera from me. I have freedom of press, and no one even asked me what I was doing first. They just said, you can't film in here without a permit. Do you have $5,000? You know, just escalated the situation. I'm an independent journalist, exercising my freedom of press right. I don't need a permit, which I tried to explain to her. But again, her behavior and the way she conducted herself was completely out of line. So as a member of the public, I wanted to speak to somebody. And
Did you talk to the police?
well, she doesn't work for the police. So there's a police officer who I'm going to file a complaint against too. But she doesn't work for the police. She works for the supervisor's office. Excuse me?
Are you filming?
Yes, I am right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, I saw her jacket said supervisor's office. So that's why I'm here to try and speak with, I don't know what her name exactly was, but because she wouldn't give it to me. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to find. She said that she writes the complaints. So
okay,
I mean, she hands out the permit. So whoever that is, that's who she is.
Okay, why don't you go outside and have a seat?
Sure, I'll wait. No problem.
Hello.
Hi.
I just been advised that the police are handling it, so.
So the police are going to handle the complaint against
So
somebody
that's all
who...
I can say. So have a good day. So the
Oh.
police are going to handle it.
Okay. Well, the people will handle it. Well, you see, no accountability here, no transparency, none whatsoever. No accountability, no transparency. Go figure. So I guess we got to take it into we the people's hands and hold them accountable ourselves through redressing our grievances to our government. Completely unacceptable her behavior, and even more unacceptable that they will not come out and own it. Completely unacceptable. They won't come out and own it and apologize for her behavior, have some accountability. Let's do our FOIL request at the town clerk's office right here. Hi, how are you, sir?
Okay.
Just wanted to do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Sure. Do you have the?
I don't have the form, no.
Okay. Don't film me.
Excuse me?
Are you filming me? Please don't do that.
Sir, I'm just
permission to do it.
Okay. I'm just trying to conduct business. That's all I'm trying to do.
Understand.
That's it.
Conduct it when that's closed.
So because I'm filming, you won't help me?
I'm telling you, I didn't give you permission to film me, so please turn it off.
Sir, you work for the public. I don't need your permission. I'm just here gathering content for a story. There's nothing nefarious going on here. I just want to conduct my business, be on my way. There's cameras all over the place. I didn't give you permission to film me.
That's for the safety.
So, okay, so this is for my safety.
What am I going to do?
What am I going to do? Exactly. The argument goes both ways.
I'll see if the form prints out. Normally it's done online. If not, you can there's not a form.
It doesn't, yeah, it's a law, so I could just put on a blank piece. You want to hand me a blank piece of paper? I'll take care of it that way. It's not a big deal. I'll write down all the pertinent information and I'll give it right back to you. Thank you.
Because the form itself, it's an online form, it doesn't print well. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
No problem. It's not a big deal. I do these a lot, so I should be able, I know what to put down that you guys will need. Okay?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I put my company name, the email you can send the records to, and the records I'm requesting is full name, title, and salary of all town hall employees, and as well as a copy of the ordinance regarding filming in public. Okay?
So yeah,
There is
it's
one.
going to go to a couple of departments. You know?
Sure.
I'll
There's a
send
time
it to
frame
Stephen
by
and make a
law.
copy of it.
Thank you.
So it's going to go to personnel.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go to police because they have to speak to personnel directly. and it's gonna, Carmel Riley, who works in the supervisor's office, she is the filming.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So can I put a request for the police department here, and then you could just, so I don't have to go over there and make a request?
No, I'll send them to it.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want the disciplinary file. Disciplinary file for Officer Califf. Okay? Yeah, just a signed copy and it would be great.
Okay. You want to put a phone number here or no?
No, just the email's fine. We can communicate right there, via there. And then just...
okay, and then also the attorney's office is going to get it.
Sure.
Everybody gets it.
Whoever needs it.
All right, cool. Let me just stamp it.
Thank you.
Right back.
Thank you, sir.
All right, here's your copy.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll send in, well, I'm going to attach this and I'll send it. I'm going to copy CC you on this. You'll see who gets it.
Perfect.
I know what department's got it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
And
Thank
they
you.
will answer you directly.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Appreciate
so
it.
be safe.
You too.
All right, guys, so we just got our Freedom of Information Act request done, and we're going to be submitting the formal complaint to the police department here.
Hello again, Mr. Reyes.
Hey, Sergeant. Here's the written statement.
Okay.
A little sloppy.
All right.
It's basically a little summary of everything I told you already.
All right. Okay, we're going to look into the matter. Do you want to provide any video to us right now?
Can I get a card? I can email it to you.
Yes, I'll give you my email.
Sometimes all it takes to spark chaos is a camera. In Orangetown, New York, what started as a simple visit to town hall turned into a full-blown lesson on rights, respect, and the power of staying calm under pressure. A man with a camera walks into a public building, not to start trouble, but to peacefully exercise his First Amendment rights. He wasn't hiding anything, no threats, no disruptions, just documenting his experience while gathering information for a story, and yet what happened next shows just how badly some public servants misunderstand the very rights they swore to protect. One official tried to intimidate him, demanding a permit that wasn't legally required. Then a police officer went too far, grabbing at his camera, ordering him out of the building, even demanding ID without any legal reason. But here's where it gets powerful. Instead of yelling or escalating the situation, the man held his ground respectfully and asked for a supervisor. That move changed everything. The sergeant who arrived actually listened. He took the complaint seriously. The man filed a Freedom of Information request, calmly documented everything, and made it clear he wasn't backing down. Real-world example? Think about a time you were told you couldn't do something even though you knew you were allowed. Maybe it was filming in public, maybe it was being denied access to records, or just getting treated unfairly. It's frustrating, but when you know your rights and stay calm, you stay in control. This isn't about making scenes or going viral. It's about reminding public officials that they work for us, not the other way around. It's about being firm, respectful, and informed. That's how real change happens. So stay strong, speak up, and never be afraid to stand on your rights. Because when we all know the rules, it gets a lot harder for them to be broken. These are basically activities where people test their rights to record in public spaces like parks, government buildings, or sidewalks. The idea is to make sure that officials, like police officers or security guards, are respecting those rights. It's a way to hold people in power accountable and remind everyone that our freedoms are real and worth protecting. Here's the deal. The First Amendment guarantees your right to free speech, and that includes recording in public places. Public spaces are, well, public. They belong to everyone, and as long as you're not breaking any laws like trespassing or harassing someone, you have every right to be there with your camera. These audits are a way to shine a light on whether those rights are being respected or ignored. But it's not just about the person with the camera, it's also about how officials respond. Law enforcement, for example, has a duty to protect your rights, not restrict them. If an officer tells someone they can't film in a public space or demands ID without a good reason, that's a problem. It's a violation of constitutional rights, and audits help bring those issues to light. That said, there's a balance here. While you have the right to film, it's also important to be respectful. The goal of these audits should be to educate, not to provoke or escalate situations unnecessarily. Being confrontational can sometimes distract from the real issue, which is protecting our freedoms. On the flip side, officials should approach these situations with patience and an understanding of the law. It's not about power, it's about upholding the Constitution. At the end of the day, First Amendment audits are a reminder that our rights matter. They're not just words on paper, they're a promise to each other about how we want to live. Whether you're the one holding the camera or the one being filmed, it's worth taking a moment to think about what those rights mean and how we can all work together to protect them. After all, freedom isn't free. It takes effort from all of us to keep it alive.